Hello and welcome everyone to the week ahead commodity report, where we of course will be reviewing the markets for the week ahead. What a difference a quarter makes. The Federal Reserve, they spoke in 2024 with a bout of optimism that inflation, it was coming down to their 2% target. But that optimism has now evaporated as the reality of stickier than expected inflation, that becomes more evident. Fast forward a few months to the present day, and the word on everyone's lips is stagflation, the combination of below trend growth and above target inflation. There are no prizes for guessing that commodities, they tend to be the big winners in inflationary environments. Almost by definition, when inflation accelerates, so do the price of commodities. Now, historically, in inflationary environments, commodities, they are undersupplied, and that often takes years to bring on enough new supply, which weighs on real economic growth, and that contributes to an extended period of stagflation. Interestingly, this month, Google searches for the term stagflation, they have now surged over 600%. This comes as no surprise, given that the current macro-driven backdrop that we're seeing right now, that is fueling one of the greatest wealth creation opportunities that we have seen. This is everything from disruptive impacts of climate change, persistent geopolitical tensions, to stickier than expected inflation. This has seen traders pour over 970 million into commodities in the last month. That is one of the biggest monthly inflows into commodities since March of 2022. Last but definitely not least is the global transition towards green energy and net zero emissions that is supercharging demand for the world's highly essential commodities such as aluminium, copper, cobalt, nickel, lithium, palladium, platinum, uranium, zinc, and rare earth metals. Now, this cocktail of events, it is whipping up an explosive money-making storm. This presents savvy commodity traders with a series of highly lucrative week-to-week opportunities to profit from the huge macro-driven rallies as well as the pullbacks. For commodity traders, making money in these markets, it has never been so easy. That's exactly why a long list of the world's most powerful Wall Street banks, from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan to Bank of America, they are calling the current economic climate the golden age of trading. The week-to-week short-term macro-driven trend that we're seeing right now, that can be summarized as buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat, and do it all over again. Take this quarter, for example. We have seen huge explosive moves from every commodity imaginable, from the metals to the energies to agriculture, gifting traders with endless opportunities to capitalize on both sides of the big market moves. An unprecedented phenomenon known as the shortage of everything that continues to drive commodity prices higher in 2024. Right now, there are three commodities that have captured the attention of Wall Street's most powerful institutions as the next major assets destined for explosive upside this year. Firstly, and in no particular order, you certainly can't talk about commodities without mentioning copper. That's because the red metal has firmly positioned itself as one of the best performing assets of 2024. Copper's second secular bull market this century, it's off to a red hot start in 2024, with prices rocketing above $10,000 a ton for the first time in 2 years. One of the major bullish tailwinds behind copper's rally is the historic global squeeze on supply, combined with booming demand for the red metal to energy transition and artificial intelligence technologies. Elsewhere, a new push for nuclear power that is fueling demand for another highly sought after energy transition metal, and that's uranium. A resurgence in demand for uranium that is linked in the large part to global efforts to tackle climate change, and in December, almost 200 countries, they vowed at COP28 UN climate conference to triple their use of nuclear energy in a coordinated effort to achieve global net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2030. As demand surges and the world needs more copper and uranium fast, there's one problem. Global supply is shrinking at a record pace off the back of a triple deficit, low inventories, low spare capacity, and low investment. Meanwhile, over in the agricultural markets, cocoa has been hailed as a hidden gem. Earlier on this month, cocoa prices, they soared to all new time record highs of $12,000 per tonne. Just to put things into perspective, cocoa prices, they're now more expensive than copper for the first time in 2 decades. Even though cocoa has recently pulled back on profit taking, prices they're up over 200% from the opening price of $4,000 per ton at the start of this year, and they've more than tripled in the space of a few months. It goes without saying that the macroeconomic backdrop for commodities in 2024 that is looking more bullish than ever. Citadel, which is one of the world's largest commodity trading firms, they have reportedly made more than $4 billion of profit from commodities, and we're only a quarter of the way through the year. In fact, with everything that is currently happening on the global macro front, 2024, it's now officially on track to be the Gold and Silver Club's biggest and most profitable year in our 14-year history. Our clients have already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we're only in May. The majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club, they've already made more money in the last 4 months than they made in the entire 12 months of last year. That summarizes these lucrative and life-changing markets that we're in right now. Extraordinary times, they do create extraordinary opportunities. And right now, as traders, we're living in some of the most exciting and rewarding times ever in history. It's times like these that make millionaires and billionaires out of regular people. Whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. Right now, you have an opportunity to make 2024 your biggest and best yet, which based on our research, it's going to be another blockbuster year ahead due to all the current macroeconomic events that are currently unfolding. Definitely do not underestimate what you can achieve in the next 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Here at the Gold and Silver Club, we're consistently banking over 10,000 points of profit per month, which we've been transparently documenting through our weekly videos. If you're trading at one lot, that's $100,000, or if you're trading at 10 lots, that's $1 million. As you can see from our testimonials, the majority of our clients at the Gold and Silver Club are utilizing our proprietary research-driven trading approach. They've already made in excess of 6, 7, and 8-figure returns, and we're only a quarter of the way through the year. If you've been kicking yourself for missing out on some of the biggest trading opportunities so far this year, and you still want to make 2024 your best ever, then go to jointhegoldensilverclub.com now. The link is also below this report in the description to learn how our mentorship program can take your trading to the next level. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. So with that, let's go over to the charts. We'll talk you through exactly what we're looking at here as we go into a new week. So first of all, Palladium, it is breaking out. It's up 2.6% today on Monday. So we identified this Palladium opportunity with you last week, that we're a buyer of Palladium. In fact, what we did last week is we rotated over 2,000 points of profit here on Platinum, and we've rotated that into the swing lows here on Palladium to essentially rotate our profit. So we banked 2,000 points here with Platinum last week on multiple trades. So of course, you know that calculation. Every 1 lot contract you'll be trading, that's $20,000 of profit. Every 10 lot contract you'll be trading, if you stacked into the position, that's $200,000 of profit. Platinum was the best performing out of the metals last week. Now we're starting to see that knock-on effect to Palladium here as well. You can see it's starting to break out, starting the week strong. We talked you through this opportunity last week, the snooze and you lose on Palladium. I'm not expecting the price to stay at these levels for long at all. The best possible price you could have got last week on Palladium was down at 921 US dollars per ounce. It's already trading right now back at 967 US dollars per ounce. We're already seeing over a 450 point move at the moment off the lows that were put in the middle of last week, just ahead of the FOMC statement. So with that, liking what I'm seeing on Palladium, go back and watch our reports last week. We talked you through that, both on the commodity report and the week ahead report, that Palladium is an opportunity to buy it as we're selling off, coming back down towards the prior swing lows. So again, on Platinum here, it has been outperforming gold, silver, Palladium in the last week. It's been the stronger of the metals here. We still maintain positions from lower prices. In fact, we topped up our trade just a week and a half ago at 916 US dollars per ounce. We've already been able to bank over 500 points in a single position, but we also stacked multiple trades on this market. So this has enabled us again to bank 2,000 points just on this market over the last week. Now, we talked you through oil as well, that essentially the trap was set. So many speculators basically FOMO'd in. They bought much higher. This was all coming through on our data right at the beginning of April. So once the price was breaking above $86, $87 per barrel, the trap was set. Many traders that got sidelined, they FOMO'd in. We saw over 85% of speculators had gone long, and therefore it was time for them to get punished for buying much later into the move, for using outdated trend trading systems to buy it much later. And as a result, of course, if you actually look at oil prices from the highs here to the lows that were formed just on Friday, it's broken down approximately 1,000 points. So a $10 move lower here for oil. So if you've been patient and waiting for the setup and waiting for lower prices, you're basically able to get oil, instead of buying it at $87 per barrel, you could be buying it back down at $78 per barrel. Obviously a massive discount from where the prices were approximately 3 weeks ago. So that has all played out very nicely indeed to expectation. Again, we talked you through this last week on the week ahead and also on the commodity report that you want to be very careful here with oil. So many traders got sidelined and ended up FOMOing in too late. We could see that within the data, and very likely the price action would take the elevator down after taking the staircase up. Now we scaled out multiple positions on this breakout to the upside, where it did break out to $87 per barrel, but we kept a little bit of exposure running there just to capitalize on further upside if we were to see it. Then if we move it over to silver and we move it over to gold as well, so you know our overall position here on gold, so we still maintain some exposure that we got in sub $2,000 per ounce. That was on the massive correction that we got into the month of February. So we're keeping some of that exposure on. Previously, we started to bank on the breakout above $2,400 per ounce. That's where we banked 4,000 points per position. Now, at the moment, it is essentially in a bit of a chop zone now for gold. I'm seeing it a lot out there, both sellers and buyers. They're getting chopped up at the moment because you're seeing the week-to-week volatility right now is meaning that the price action is just ricocheting between support and resistance right now. It may continue for a bit longer like this. The more clean play right now recently has been, of course, platinum and also palladium. Now, again, we're still in from much lower here on silver, down at $23 per ounce. That trade is still up over 400 points at the moment. I would imagine we're going to get more of the same over the month of May here, that you're going to see more consolidations, more trapping of sellers and buyers. What is evident, though, is that over the month again of April, very much like oil, we saw over 85% of speculators go long, very near the top here. Subsequently, the price action of gold, if you look at the high down to the low, it flushed out over 1,500 points, which has started to flush a lot of late traders out who got sidelined in. Again, I would state that the current plays which are more straightforward right now have been platinum and also palladium, which is currently breaking out. Again, it's up 2.7% just to start off the week at the moment. Platinum was the best performing metal last week, rising by over 5%. And those have provided some of the quickest profits here over the last few days on commodities. And of course, whatever long-term goal you're looking to achieve through trading, whether that's to create a full-time income, a second or replacement income, or just to earn a better return on your savings, now is the time to take action. If you want to maximize your money-making potential and thrive, not just survive in these fast-moving markets, then you need to adapt your strategy to the current market conditions. Most importantly, utilize a professional, research-driven trading approach. One of the biggest obstacles that holds back 99% of retail traders from achieving their desired success, it's not having access to the correct professional strategies, institutional level data and market intelligence to make confident decisions with accuracy and certainty. There's a massive gap between the top 1% of professional traders and the bottom 99% of misguided retail traders who simply rely on outdated technical analysis and gimmicky technical indicators that don't work in these markets. If you want to get yourself out of that bottom 99%, and into the top 1% who are actually crushing it and making 6, 7, and 8-figure returns in these markets right now, then you need to utilize a professional, research-driven trading approach, or you'll just end up wasting lots of time, money, and effort. You'll have no results to show for all of your hard work. In these rapidly changing markets, you have to be constantly innovating and evolving. So technical analysis, outdated technical indicators, they're not going to give you any edge. If that's all you're relying on, the odds are already stacked up massively against you. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. So if you want to learn our exclusive research-driven trading approach that is never taught to retail traders, it's only reserved for professional traders in the banks, the hedge funds, with access to powerful game-changing insights, including where the banks and hedge funds where they're buying and selling in real time, alongside the key liquidity zones, so you can enter and exit the markets with pinpoint precision, alongside the fundamentals, the macroeconomics, the capital flows, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly, real-time data-driven cycles, and intermarket correlations. Then you need to join our mentorship program. Right now, we are in one of the greatest eras of wealth creation. If you want to successfully capitalize on the huge money-making opportunities ahead and build significant life-changing wealth, there's no better time than now. If you want to upgrade your income, you have to upgrade your skills. Never underestimate what you can achieve in the next 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 12 months from now with the right guidance and mentorship. Time is the most valuable commodity that we have. Make sure that you don't waste it. If you want to join our community of successful traders and take your trading to the next level, there is an opportunity for you to do so. As a member, you get access to our exclusive live trading room webinars. You get access to real-time trade ideas, access to institutional research and market intelligence, access to our private Members Academy website, and also support and one-to-one mentoring. For more information, just go to jointhelivetradingroom.com. The link is also below this report in the description. So just click on the link, make an application, and we will get in touch ASAP.